Welcome to my kcse revision channel. Teacher James Marita, Rewards Boys High School. Kindly subscribe to my channel. Click the notification bell. You will be notified once I upload a new video. We are looking at kcse revision. Our topic is commercial arithmetic, and we are looking at the taxable income. So the table below shows the income tax rates in a certain year. So we have income in Kenya shillings per month, and then we have rate in shillings per Kenya pound. A very important point to note. We have income in Kenya shillings per month, and then we have rate in shillings per Kenya pound. What does this statement mean? It means that at this part here, any difference we are going to get at this part, the income tax in Kenya shillings per month, we are supposed to convert it into Kenya pound because we have been given the rate in shillings per pound, meaning that whatever difference we are getting here, we must convert it into Kenya pounds before we multiply by the rate given. So, May earns a monthly salary of Kenya shillings 21,000. He is housed by an employer. And when you hear somebody has been provided a house, there is house allowance of 15% of the basic salary. So understand that one very well. When the employee is provided by a house, by the company, by the employer, by an institution, then we have a house allowance of 15% of the basic salary. She is housed by that one, and also she gets an untaxable medical allowance. Understand this one very well. We have an untaxable medical allowance of Kenya shillings 3,600. It is an untaxable medical allowance. So this one cannot be included in the tax. So this allowance is given and it is not being taxed. She is entitled to family relief of Kenya shillings 1,056 per month. Our monthly deductions are, remember the tax is the main deduction, but now we have others. For example, we have the NHF of Kenya shillings 369, and then we have a personal loan of Kenya shillings 2,300. Of Kenya shillings 3,300. So using that table, we are supposed to calculate the taxable income per month in Kenya shillings, net tax in Kenya shillings per month, and finally we have net salary in Kenya shillings per month. So to start with here, there is this when the house is provided by the employer, by an institution, by a company, there is a house allowance of 15% of the basic salary. That one is not necessary to be indicated on the statement. You are supposed to know wherever somebody is provided a house, there must be a 15% of the basic salary. That one now will give you a house allowance. Therefore, to get this one here, the taxable income per month, so we have our taxable income is equals to B. It is the basic salary plus taxable allowances. We have the taxable allowances, and then there is a house allowance plus 15%. So you must have to indicate this one. There is 15% of basic salary. Why is this one 15% of basic salary? Because she is provided a house by the employer. So we have a house allowance of 15%. So to get you can get that 15% of the 15% of the 15% of the basic salary. So 15% of 100 of the basic salary of 21,000. That 15% will be equivalent to be 3,150. So we have 3,150. This one is equivalent to the house allowance. So the basic salary now equivalent to be This is 21,000 plus a tax allowance. The only tax allowance we have here is house allowance, which of 3,150. So we have 3,150, and that one now will give the taxable income of Kenya cedis 24,150. So that one will give the taxable income of Kenya cedis 24,150. What you need to understand here, very important part, it is this 15%. When an employer is provided with a house, when an employee is provided with a house by the employer, the house allowance of 15%. There is a house allowance of 15%. So calculate the net tax in Kenya cedis per month. This value here now, our Kenya cedis 24,150, is between 19,200 to 28,800. So this is where we have our value. Our value now lies here. So we have this is 24,000, then we have 150. So we are going to tax. So that value lies here. It is 24,000, then we have 150. The value is between 19,200, and then we have our 24,150. So we can have that tax in the slabs, and then we have the tax payable in that case. So we have this is rate in Kenya cedis per Kenya pound. So the first 7,200, these are in Kenya cedis, and the rate is given in Kenya cedis per pound, meaning that we are supposed to convert this one into Kenya pound 10 times the rate of 2 shillings per pound, and that one is giving us 720 shillings. Next we have 14,100. You subtract 7,200. That one gives us a difference of 6,900. 6,900. These are in Kenya cedis, and because the rate is given in Kenya cedis per pound, we divide this one by 20 to convert it into Kenya pounds. 10 times the rate given. The rate given here is 3, and that one will be equivalent to 1035. So we have this is 1035. Next we have 19,200. You subtract 14,100. That one will give a difference of 5,100. So we have 5,100. You convert this one to Kenya pounds. 10 times the rate. The rate given there is just 4, and that one will be equivalent to the 1020. Then finally we have our value here, 24,150. Now you subtract 19,200. That one will give a difference of 4,650. So we have 4,650. You convert this one into Kenya pounds. 10 times that rate of 5, and this one is giving us 1162, and then we have 50 cents. So we have now our total tax. So you calculate the total tax. You have the totals, which is equivalent to we have this one as Kenya cedis. So you take 720 plus 1035 plus 1020 plus 1162 and 50 cents, and this one now will give a total tax of 3,937 and 50 cents. So we are supposed to calculate the net tax in Kenya cedis per month. So to get the net tax is normally given as the total tax we have. This is the total tax minus relief. It is the total tax minus relief. Our total tax here is equivalent to 3,000 937.50 minus relief. We have only one relief, and that relief was equivalent to be 1026. So you subtract this is 1026, then you get a net pay of 2,000, a net pay of Kenya shillings 2,911.50 per month. This is the net tax paid nearly that month. So we have a net salary in Kenya shillings per month. A net salary in Kenya shillings per month, there are two things you need to understand here. We have the net tax, which is the main deduction. We have others here. We have the other deduction. Apart from having this one as the major deduction, we have others. For example, we have our monthly deductions are, we have NHIF of 369, and then we have a personal loan of 2,300. So we start by getting the total deduction. Total deductions. We start by getting the total deduction. Remember, we must have to start from this tax because it's our main tax. It's our main deduction. So we have 2,911.50 plus the other deduction is there is NHIF of 360. Then we have a personal loan of 2,300. So if you add all these, so we have total deductions of 2,911.50 plus NHIF of 369 plus the personal loan of 2,300. And that one now, you will get a total deduction of 5,580. So this one is equal to be 5,580, and then we have and 50 cents. Then to get the net pay, the basic salary, so in this case here, to get our net pay is equal to B. It is the basic salary plus there is a non-taxable allowance. So we have a non-taxable allowance. So we have, this is a non-taxable allowance. We have a non-taxable allowance. We have a non-taxable allowance. Here it is being given 3,600, which is not. It is being given an untaxable medical allowance of 3,600. This one is not being taxed. So to get the net of this one here, the basic salary plus the non-taxable allowances, then minus now the deductions. So we have a basic salary plus the non-taxable allowances there. We have a basic salary of 21,000, and then we have a non-taxable allowance of 3,600. The whole of that now will give us 24,600. So we have this is 24,600. So this is only the basic salary and the taxable allowances. So now our net tax now will be equivalent to be 24,600, this one here, minus our total deduction. The total deduction we have is 5,580 and 50 cents. And that one now will give us a net pay of Kenya shillings 19,109. We have this as 19,101, and then we have 119, and then we have 50 cents. This is the net salary per month. Don't forget to subscribe my channel, watch and share.